Well, we've got a big week in front of us, obviously, and just excited to be back home. I know our seniors, we've talked about their opportunities here at home. We've had to open 2 of the first 3 on the road in the league, and they've done a tremendous job. I'm really proud of our team for going on the road in a couple of really difficult places and playing, and then playing really well here in the second half against Arkansas. So obviously, one tomorrow night means a lot to a lot of people, and I know they'll come in here and play extremely hard. They're coming off a big win over Florida, and Matt's doing a good job with those kids. Those kids are doing a great job, playing extremely hard. They've got some different pieces this year that are helping them with their success, and they're scoring a lot of points as well. So we'll have our work cut out for us tomorrow night, that's for sure. But I know our kids are excited about it, and I'm sure we're going to have a great crowd tomorrow night in the Hump.
Questions? Morgan, how do you feel that Jordan is adjusting to the role that she has come off today?
I think she's doing a pretty good job. I see her every day in practice. I see her make some big shots. When she get comfortable in the game, they're gonna fall for her. Sometimes, I know she gets upset when it don't fall, but it's gonna fall. I know it's coming, so when it falls, I'm gonna be happy for her because it's really gonna help our team.
Victoria, how do you see Chloe kind of adjusting to her role?
She's doing a great job. Like the other night when I was in foul trouble, she came in and played big minutes for us. So I feel like her adjusting to us, she's doing really well.
Coach, I guess kind of the same question for both of those 2 young ladies.
Sure. Well, I think Jordan's just trying to find her way right now. She's streaky. I thought she played really well against Arkansas. The importance of taking care of the ball is very important. You can't, when you're just scrimmaging every day, sitting out, and you're not going to play. Maya Taylor will tell you right now, I'm on her about turning the ball over in practice. Don't get comfortable turning the ball over in practice, because at one point, it ain't going to be okay. And so I think for Jordan, she's just got to, she made some really great passes against Arkansas, and that's her point guard mentality coming out. She sees the floor extremely well, and so I think that's just something she brings to the table. She not only can get to her spots on the floor when she wants to, but she sees the floor extremely well. So I think she's settling in and becoming more and more comfortable, and is trying to figure out what's needed when she comes in. Chloe's, it was really special Sunday to know that her parents had flown here 22 hours from Australia, landed, and were able to see her play for the first time in America on her college team was a pretty neat deal. And to play 23 minutes, big minutes for us, and I think she had 10 points, had 4 rebounds maybe. I thought she did a good job, and really helped us when Tori first time Tori's been in foul trouble all year, and so I thought she did a nice job for us.
Tori, growing up in Mississippi, what's your thoughts on this game?
Don't lose. Coach said it the other day, our senior class haven't lost any yet, don't lose now. And I feel like me being in that state, my mentality is not to lose to another state. I'm in another school in this state because they're my little sisters, we're the big sister school. So I feel like just keeping the tradition going.
What are some challenges they bring? I know they lost one of their top players, but what do you see from this year's team that's challenging, that's going to be a challenge tomorrow night?
I say a challenge is if the big girl, the 5, step out and hit a couple threes. That's probably the biggest challenge because then Tierra had to get up and defend, but she'll have our help side. It's just she'll make some. The big girl is a challenge, and just a second, I'm thinking the dribble penetration. We haven't been just great on defense, and I feel like stopping the dribble penetration will help us out a little bit. So that's going to be one of the keys of the game.
Kind of going off of that, Victoria, all you guys have accomplished as a team, does this game lose any kind of its fire, being that you guys have made national championship runs, and I know Coach mentioned last week that all 16 SEC games are like 16 rivalry games, but does that change at all with all this?
No, it don't change. Honestly, it get bigger every year because I'm getting closer and closer to finish. So I feel like we gotta finish it out and just keep beating them. And I feel like it's another SEC game as well. It's another thing that, like, if we win, we can put under our shoe and just carry on and give us a chance to become conference winners and SEC championship winners.
Morgan, what kind of a curveball did it throw the team Sunday when Victoria was in foul trouble? What adjustments did you guys have to make?
Well, I mean, we put Chloe in as 4. I feel like she came in, she didn't miss heartbeat. She's not the attacker that Tori is, but she can go out there and shoot the ball as well. So I feel like she stretched the floor as well that Tori does, just not big, fast, and like Tori to attack the basket. Other than that, I don't think it was too many curveballs. I feel like Chloe stepped up and did a good job for us.
Does that just speak to the fact that you guys have the chemistry that you guys do, that you have the pieces that can go and interchange, not just Jordan, not just Chloe, but Zion could come in. Does that just speak to the chemistry that you feel that you guys have built?
Yeah, and I feel like, Coach always tells us when our names be called, be ready. I just feel like that day they was ready. I feel like Chloe was ready that day. Her family was there as well, so I'm happy for her.
Victoria, did you necessarily think it was a curveball, so to speak, that the team had to adjust to Sunday with you being in foul trouble?
I don't know. Like Morgan said, Chloe came in and didn't miss a beat. We practice every day, and she do the same thing I do, so I feel like she's going to go out there and do the same thing I do. She can attack the basket a little bit, and she can shoot it, again, stretch it, and she played good defense, and I feel like when she came in, the team just carried on like they should.
I'll add to that Victoria was a great teammate on the bench. She was engaged. She was over there calling out plays. And, not everybody would act that way. Sometimes you get somebody, a starter, and they get quick foul trouble, and they sit over there and pout. And Victoria was great on the bench Sunday. And I think she brought a lot to the table to our team by being that leader that was on the bench, when at a time when, she didn't want to be over there. And so I want to pat her on the back a little bit with that because it was noticed. And again, I think for our team, it's great for those young kids to see that in that environment.
You said after, I believe it was the Arkansas game, that you were going to fix it defensively.
But it ain't gonna happen in one day.
No,
and it won't happen in 1 week. So so it's a process. But yeah.
Starfield construction is not going to get fixed.
No.
I don't know if you have the notes, but we probably squared 108 field goal percentage defense, where you guys rank nationally.
Yeah.
What kind of progress are you guys making defensively to become more of the team that you want them to be?
It's sometimes it can be hard to tell, Adam, because we went against 2 of the better guards in the conference last week at LSU, in Regine and Chloe, and those 2 kids can humble you in a hurry. Now we're going to go against 2 more tomorrow night that are just really good basketball players and playing at a very high level. So, it's hard to get well going against the competition that we go against. I think for us, we've just got to continue to work and practice, and technique is a big part of that, and the other piece is playing hard. I think Victoria would tell you our kids get a little bit more interested in practice when we have the men's practice team, and we obviously over the break you don't have them, and so we've had one kid, Nick, who's wonderful, but he's only one. And so hopefully you get those guys back in your practices, and Nia Tate, Granber, Scott been doing a great job of pushing us. Maya Taylor doing a great job of pushing us. And they've got us through it. They got us through the break. And, but I think for us, we've just got to continue to work on fundamentals defensively and creating habits. That's what defense is. It's a learned response. And again, as I told the girls yesterday, it falls on me. Whatever you just read, 108. I've got to own that as a head coach. I don't like that. That's personal to me. I want it to be personal to them. But at the end of the day, the buck stops here, and that's my job. I've got to coach better, teach better. So,
Coach, what do you see in Ole Miss? You know, they're trying to figure it out. You mentioned they have talented guards, but you know they're trying to figure it out without Sessoms losing her for the year. What have you seen from them playing some close SEC games? How are they putting it together?
I think they're really playing at a high level. I think those guards are really, really good. I think they've added some inside pieces, some size inside that have created problems for other people, and that can create problems for you. And that's kind of the piece I think that they've missed a little bit over the years, and now they've got that. So again, you're talking about a really ultra athletic group. Again, I think they're playing offensively. They're playing at a high level. They're scoring in their 3 SEC games. They're averaging over 72 points a game. So, that my antennas go up immediately when I see something like that. I know what the record is. They've been in, they were in every game. They were right there with South Carolina after 3. It was a 1-point game at Arkansas, and then they found a way to win against Florida. And again, I think you better respect your opponent no matter who it is. You have to understand in this game coming up, it wouldn't matter what the records are or anything like that. You got two teams that are very passionate about this game. You got two fan bases that are very passionate about this game, and so I think we know what's coming through the doors tomorrow night, and we'll be ready.
You were referring to Austin and Malik, correct?
Yeah. Just really playing at a high level, and very talented kids. Now they're juniors, and so they've been to the wars. They know what it's like, and they play with a lot of passion as well.
Morgan, can you give us a sense of what it's like to go through a practice and try to get those learned responses that Coach is talking about, and playing with the energy and the effort that he wants you guys to play with defensively in practice, so that carries over to the game?
Yeah, definitely be engaged in practice. I know when you get tired, you get mentally out of it, you just lack in areas, but he always tells me to be tough and finish it out, and we're not going through this, just go through it, trying to go through it and get it right, repetition, and good habits. So right now, we need to work on good habits, create some bad habits of just watching the ball, getting tired, not wanting to move. So I feel like we're getting better in practice, just going over stuff. Like you said, we're getting some guys back, it's bigger, faster, stronger. So we're not gonna look good at first looking for a while, but we'll get back to it at a higher speed.
The men's players came back today?
Well, we had just a couple yesterday. Hopefully we'll have more today.
Morgan, Victoria, just talk about that men's team and I know it's the physical element probably. What do y'all like most about when you get to go against those guys?
Well, my practice player has been here pretty much the whole time. Nick, I like when he's here. Some days I can guard him, some days I can't. Some days he just made my defense look like, like I don't have any at all. So it's really hard. You gotta stay down, can't reach. And I'm definitely gonna need help side because I can't keep him in front of me all the time. So I feel like he helps me because when I get on the grill, it's a lot easier.
Same with Morgan. I feel like they help me because, going into the SEC, you don't play against any small 4 players. And the practice got to be big and physical and strong. So just me getting repetition against them will help me out when I'm going against the other ones. And just they faster too. So I feel like the team going against them, when they come to the basketball game, it'll be easier, and we can just play better.
Coach, Coach, how much do you think that those learned responses that you talked about, the answer that Morgan gave about learning how to develop those habits in practice, is that the next step that you hope that the team is going to take? Because I'm sure as a coach, you feel that there's a lot of room that you guys can grow, but is that the next step?
Yeah, I think so. I do think that part of my issue with us right now is, I think we have more energy than we think we do. I think we can play harder than we play at times. And, I'm not afraid to address that with my kids. Again, I have to wear that. And for me, it's, and I can speak for my staff, we coach hard, we work hard, we give everything we have. And so that's all we know. And so when we see us not doing that, that's a part I always talk to them about. Hey, I want to coach your mind. I don't want to coach your heart. And so I think for us right now, it's just learning that we have more to give, that we can play harder, we can play through fatigue a whole lot better than we are. And at the same time, I have to step back sometimes and go, okay, Tori played 35 minutes last night. Tiara at 6'7", played 39 minutes at LSU. Morgan pressed the whole game, gave everything she had, both ends of the floor, played, 28, 30 minutes. You bring Jazz in, and that's the beauty of our point guards right now, is that we just, we don't miss a beat. Jazz comes in, and man, we're off and running, sometimes faster than what we were when she was in. So you've got a really nice two-headed monster there. But I think, I think for them, they know me. They know I'm always going to want more, and I'm demanding and don't apologize for it. I do think that we've got to own some of our issues, and this isn't the place or time to air it out to everybody. But we've got to own some of them and work to get better. I mean, again, offense is great, and we're obviously offensively we're special, but sometimes that offense ain't gonna travel. Defense travels, and there's gonna be a night where offense didn't make it on the bus, and we're gonna have to win a game with our defense. And I want to be ready for that night. And I say it all the time. I don't need to lose. I don't want them to lose a game for them to have a team meeting and go, okay, he's been saying it, well, here it is, and it happened. It's too late. I don't need that. They don't need it. I want them to embrace this opportunity that they have right now, get all in, both ends of the floor, and let's see where it takes us at the end of February.
How good do you think that the team can be if it does that?
I think this team is really special. It has a chance to be. Again, we have to win one more game to be better than we were last year, right? That's pretty hard. What we did last year is extremely hard to do. But you know what? I'm going to try to do it. And this team is talented enough. But we've also got some things we've got to fix if we're going to do it. And so, not unlike last year's team at this time. We had things we had to work on, get better at, fix, but sometimes success masks your problems. They mask your things that you're not doing well, and you have to be careful with that. You have to be careful with, I think my parents would say, read your press clippings. You have to be careful with that. And so, yes, we're having success, but we can't be satisfied. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. There's no in between in my book. That's how it is as a player. We're either going to get better today or we're going to get worse today at practice. And so for me, I want them to get better. Tori is a prime example of someone who has gotten better. Exponentially, she's gotten better. I had to take the saddle and the reins from her yesterday because she was having a game day yesterday, maybe the best day she's had in practice all day yesterday. Well, I don't need her to have that yesterday. I need it tomorrow night. So, but she's now getting back in her groove where she's playing really well, making shots, seeing the floor, guarding. So, these are things that as a coach, you just have to be careful of, and you can't let the success and the winning mask your problems.
All right, thank you, ladies. Thanks, Coach.